To the show, everybody. Welcome back to the Upper Tier Podcast. It isn't the World Cup 2026 watch along. It's Tuesday, so it's Pro Wrestling Weekly. Thank God I'm on the channel with the panel. The Avengers are assembled, or at least some of them. The rest are all off either eating or doing their field shop or whatever they're doing. So we'll leave them to it. But I am joined tonight by Bren and Keith. The boys will be on a little bit later, hopefully. We have a great show tonight. We're going to be looking at Raw. We're going to initially be talking about SmackDown as well, and this match that's coming up on Friday night. We're going to be talking about Raw. We're going to be discussing the brackets for the Night of Champions, King and Queen of the Ring. We're going to be talking about Jey Uso. If he is the guy to win the King of the Ring, is he better prepared second time round to carry the World Heavyweight belt, if that is the case? We're going to be talking, obviously, about Conor McGregor having an old jibe at Roman Reigns at the White House. And, of course, we're going to be talking about Vince McMahon. There is a poll up there on YouTube. Would you like to see Vince McMahon to return to WWE? Simple answer, yes or no.
Wow.
Let us know your thoughts on that. But we are going to be talking about the two court cases that have kind of nearly been settled at this stage. We're also going to be talking about one Trick Williams, who we love on the podcast. And we're going to be discussing Trick Williams' Mount Rushmore, which will be very interesting as well. A lot of people denied that they could see Booker T in him last week, but funny enough, one of his Mount Rushmores is Booker T. So there you go. We are going to be talking about some of the matches for Forbidden Door, and we're going to be giving you an update as well. We are going to be doing a watch along next Monday for Raw live in the O2 in London. And of course, to start the show, we're going to wish a very happy 12th wedding anniversary to AJ Lee and CM Punk. So there you go. That's what we have in store tonight for you folks. Beautiful. Lads, how are we?
Excellent. I was looking forward to your watch alongs anyway, watching the World Cup. Some of them aren't the best matches, but still doing the watch along.
I thought he was going to say,
No, I know exactly what he meant there. He said some of the matches have, but they've looked like good matches on paper. That's what he meant. Because if he does, I'll switch his camera off and we won't see him for the rest of the week. I'm the host. This ain't the fucking SmackDown Motel, bitch. This is my show tonight. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly, baby. We ain't getting away with it. So, folks, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, and, of course, drop a like on the video. Loads of shows going up at the moment. We will be on tomorrow, 8:45, I think it is. England versus Croatia, going to be an absolute belter. So, we're going to be on that as well. And then, of course, Thursday, I think I'm on with Darren. We're going to be doing a rundown of the first week of the World Cup. Plus, we're going to be talking transfers. Friday, I have nothing planned at the moment. So it could be just rest and relaxation and recoup. Saturday, the boys are going to be on with the Smack. Do you know, I was tempted on this match in Missouri. I was going to pull it. I was going to do a watch along for SmackDown. I was tempted. I was very tempted, but I don't know whether I can handle it. It's been a long-ass week. It's been a long-ass month for me at this stage. Right, let's take some comments before we kick off. Sean Mack is in there. He's going to be joining us short. He's just having a quick bite to eat. Aina's in. Big up, Aina. Aina does not want Vince McMahon back. He said he'd rather have Mansoor on creative than Vince. So there we go. And we also have Anto in the chat as well. How are you, lads? It's the best A-team here right now. There you go. There you go. We're about to upset you though, Anto, because B.A. Baracus has just arrived in. What up, my brother?
What's happening?
Are you in a toilet? Looks like you're in a public toilet.
I'm in a toilet, yeah.
Jesus.
So that's it. I need
never a dull moment.
Put my glasses on. Oh, just so I can see what I'm doing. There we go on these screens. That's right. So let's kick it off, and we shall start with obviously SmackDown. Lads, thoughts on SmackDown at the moment? What do we feel going into this? We've seen the stipulation for Friday. Is change upon us, or is it going to be more of the same? Are we getting a new champ on Friday going into Night of Champions, or what's going to happen? Bren, kick us off. SmackDown.
I don't think the belt is changing hands this Friday. I think it turns into a triple threat match at Night of Champions, and then at which case the belt will change hands there. That is my prediction. Something will happen. Some shenanigans will happen. Cody will retain on Friday, and then Night of Champions, this is where he'll lose the title, and he will lose it to either Gunther or Sami Zayn. What direction they're going to go, I don't know. I'm leaning towards maybe Gunther-ish. The only thing that has me away from that theory a little bit is the thought of Jey winning the King of the Ring and going up against Cody. I think that's a better story. But I actually think
I just want to let our subscribers know that if Sami Zayn wins the belt at Night of Champions, on Tuesday nights going forward, we're going to be in reviews of House of Glory or Ring of Honor or something like that. We are not going to be discussing WWE anymore. It's over.
It's done.
Over.
It's in the bin.
End the
finished.
stream. End the stream.
Yeah.
It's over.
Done.
My
Just to let you know.
Lord.
So if anyone from WWE is listening, you're risking a podcast on it, baby. You're risking a podcast on it. So there we go. There we go. Okay, Keith, any thoughts? SmackDown, what are you expecting? What do you want to happen? What do you think is going to happen?
No, I kind of agree with Bren, what he's saying, because we've been watching it every week and we've been doing the show on it. It's just, look, I hope Sammy doesn't win it because Jesus Christ, I think I'll stop doing the shows every week if that's the case, to be honest. You know?
We could do House of Glory. We could do House of Glory, Keith. Amazing. Ricky Souza, the whole lot. They're all on it, baby. Looks like a great one this Friday, by the way. Some great.
I don't know. I still think Cody's going to hold his title till SummerSlam. I really do. And then he's going to drop it then. To who, I don't know. I just want this to end with Cody and Sammy. It's too fucking jarring. I don't care about it, to be honest. The only thing that's just keeping me interested in SmackDown is Trick Williams and Danhausen.
Yeah.
That's it. That's really it, do you know? And I said, look, I had my say about it on a video I made anyway, so whoever didn't watch it, let's give it a watch.
Sounds like a threat.
Yeah, we've a short coming out tomorrow as well about Sami Zayn's new job he got. Floor manager in Foot Locker. We'll put that up tomorrow, so that's coming out tomorrow. Don't worry about that. Dave, any thoughts on SmackDown? Missouri, Randy Orton.
Garbage. SmackDown is 100% convoluted, filthy garbage. I cannot stand the show. And I haven't watched it in 2 weeks because what's the fucking point? It is garbage to watch. Shorten it down to 2. They never shortened it down to 2 hours like they were gonna.
Fourth week in July, Dave.
Fourth week in
That's
July.
too late.
So,
That's too late. People are already switching off. Like, the main event scene has Sami Zayn involved. That's bad enough. But like Niall said, if the only thing we have to look forward to is Danhausen on SmackDown, that's not a bad thing. I'm not, discounting Danhausen at all. But if that's all we're looking forward to now, SmackDown's in serious trouble. Serious trouble. And I fear for the future of it.
Do you know what I'm laughing at? The fact that people think when it goes to 2 hours, it's going to be so much better.
I just want to see what they do with the 2 hours rather than having 3, because let's face it, 3 hours is a fucking slog for SmackDown.
Did I say for Friday? Did I say for Friday on SmackDown as well? They have the main event of Gunther versus Cody Rhodes, and it's commercial free.
Yeah.
Oh, well, really?
Yeah.
It should be like that fucking anyway.
Yeah,
100%, yeah.
free, yeah. So there you go.
That means something's going to happen.
That's interesting, which means something's obviously going to happen. Yeah, absolutely. Smash up the likes, folks, if you would, please.
Gunther v. Cody on paper. Yeah, I'm intrigued and I'm interested in seeing how it goes down. But the fact that it's happening on SmackDown tells me exactly how it's going to go down. Cody's going to retain, and it's just going to be another SmackDown where we go in knowing everything, and we watch everything that we already know happen. What's the point? Why did we watch it when we just, like you said, Niall, or Keith said, Keith said this to me earlier on, might as well just watch the highlights now. What's the point of watching the full show? We know it all going into it.
Well, the shows on here would have no one checking into the motel, so we have to watch it.
These lads are the only thing
anyway,
fucking alive.
Anyway, House of Glory this Friday. Amazing Red versus Ricky Souza. Really
fantastic. Here we go, lads.
So that was Amazing Red in the teaser. I haven't been. It was it? Am I missing something? Did you see the teaser? No. Am I the only one? What?
You're the only one here. Yeah, well, you're in a government job, so you have all the time in the world, I'd say. The rest of us have to actually do jobs to support the government jobs.
Fair enough.
Now, I'm only messing. Go on. Right, Raw. We're going to start with Keith on Raw because he specifically messaged me after talking about Raw. Says he has plenty to say here, so we'll see what Keith has to say here. Keith, take it away. The floor is yours.
Right, before I say anything, look, the only reason I am watching Raw and SmackDown is because of this lovely podcast that we're doing. I enjoy doing the content and all that. But good Jesus, guys, Raw sucks. SmackDown sucks. This whole product just sucks. I'm sorry. It's such shit. Like I don't care about this Jey Uso LA Knight stuff. It's like two fucking L ones having a fucking Barney and
we've had it already. It's recycled. We've had it already.
I know. It's like two fucking L ones having a fucking Barney and the Ballymon Flats or something like that. You can hear. I don't give a fuck, to be quite honest with you. It's shite.
What?
It's shite, Bren. I'm sorry. It's shite. I don't give a shit.
Just for the benefit of Google Maps, the towers don't exist anymore. They're gone.
I know they don't exist. I know.
Just letting you know.
But it's...
So if two L1s are having a round there, they're probably dead.
I know. But like, I'm sorry, but this whole bloodline thing, it's with Jay and Jacob Fatu. It's just a rinse and repeat of Sami Zayn and Jacob and Jey Uso from 2 years ago. That's what it seems like to me. I don't care about this. Couldn't give two flying shits. And as well as that, this Seth Rollins Braun Breaker needs to end. I'm sorry. Just get it done with. Just get it done with and have it done after Night of Champions. I don't care about this. Put it to Braun Breaker. Give him the main event spot with Paul Heyman and just shoot him to the mill. Get him away from the Vision. The Vision is just like two fucking jobbers holding a tag title at this stage. I don't give a fuck about them. I really don't. This whole show is painful to watch. It just, there's nothing interesting to watch about it. It's just bland, boring, same old. We get nothing new with this show at all, every single week. And it's, again, like I said to you before, I knew Brock Lesnar wasn't going to show up. Because why? He's probably going to show up in Night of Champions now, and that's what he's probably going to do. It's boring, lads. The only thing, it was interesting with the King of the Ring stuff, but that's really it. There's nothing about the show that interests me at all. And I'm just fucking bored of watching it. And like I said, I enjoy doing the content with you guys, but that's really it. I just can't stand watching the show. It does not entertain me in the slightest. Rant over.
Well, it's good. Well, we've lost Niall now because, Jesus.
So anyway, these were the matches. I actually don't think this was that bad an episode of Raw.
It was not.
I thought I didn't think it was anything electric. I thought it was great to see Chad Gable back defeating Rusev. That was pretty cool, and the two boys coming out. I think the bloodline at the moment is going to go down a path and be electric again. I think they're gonna fill us. I think they're going to bring us on quite the journey. I thought you would have all been pretty excited about this. The Judgment Day fell on its arse and lost its matches and basically got binned out of the King of the Ring or anything else that was going on. So I thought everyone would have been on here going, oh, thank God for the Judgment Day. And that I was going to be the only one that was going to be upset. You're complaining about Sami Zayn and you're talking about LA Knight and Jey Uso and all that kind of stuff. So Sami Zayn was one of the most interesting storylines in the bloodline. They just didn't pull the trigger on it after that. So there you go, and hopefully they won't pull the trigger this time either. Bren, talk to me about Raw while Keith hooks up the oxygen tank there.
Well, I'd like to say I'm just glad that you do content with us, Keith, because I love doing content with you. Even though you're completely way off the mark and wrong here. Way off the mark and wrong, completely. Listen, when was the last time Eric Andre got pulled over and battered by Jacob Fatu? Great
Not
stuff.
Jacob Fatu, but he did get pulled over and battered some Raw about 8 years ago, I believe. Don't quote me on that now, but he did get battered before. I love Eric Andre personally.
Do you know what I found weird about this, though? And I don't know if you've picked up on it, that Jacob Fatu segment. Your man obviously takes the piss and he's mauling it, stuff like that. So Jacob obviously gets very upset, drags him over the barrier, starts beating the ring with him. And the first thing he does is take the Ulafala off his head or his neck and fucks it on the ground. This is supposed to be the sacred thing. So why'd you fuck it just on the ground and press man after your man just put his hands on it? I thought that was kind of strange, but there you go. Go ahead.
Now look, and Niall, what you said about your prediction, not prediction, but you saying about the in all Judgment Day final, I think that would have made for a better story. But look, I'm happy out that Io Sky won. I thought Danhausen, of course, was brilliant. I thought LA Knight and I thought Jey Uso was incredible. Jey Uso was amazing. They didn't even show one of his promos, and he was brilliant. I thought Jey Uso smashed it, and I hope to God Jey Uso wins the King of the Ring. I hope good Jesus he wins the King of the Ring.
I'm not having
it. Hang on, Dave. Hang on, Dave. Hang on. I'm not. No. Hang on. Hear me out. Hang on a minute. Right. This is bullshit because this is just let's hate on Jay for the sake of hating on Jay. He's doing the best work of his career. His intensity is brilliant. He's in the ring. He's doing his stuff in the ring. He's pulling on all cylinders. It's almost like sometimes you just don't like good wrestlers who do good promos.
Brent, he's not a main event fucking star. He's a mid-carder at best.
Mid-carder at best. He is doing better. He is doing better than most of the mid-carders there. Look at that. Better prepared. Look at that face. Even the face. Look at the face. Look at him. Everything he says. That's a warning shot. Bam! And it's one of the best catchphrases in the business today. And it's brilliant. And then I see all those goons online. Oh, I don't like this new catchphrase. Do you know? Stick it. Because you're going to be doing it in the next 6 months. You're going to be like, warning shot. Nah. That's what you're going to be doing. Jey Uso does it. He's cool. And he's been fantastic, right? Now, Dave, I interrupted you. What were you going to say there?
Jey Uso failed with the World Heavyweight title. He fell flat. The guy's gassed halfway through a match. He hasn't done anything relevant in the last year, right? You're telling me that this guy's the future of SmackDown. This guy's
That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all, Dave.
You want him to win King of the Ring?
No,
right?
Of course yeah, right. But hang on a
Jey
minute.
against Cody, fuck that for a laugh.
I think it makes perfect sense because I think the Bloodline are going in a great direction. There's something more realistic. You can actually see the evolution. You can see that Roman is learning from the past mistakes of the Bloodline. You can see how it's happening. You can see it. The storytelling here is outstanding, and I think Jey is adapting very, very well. And whatever he's doing now, he has to keep it doing it. He cannot slip up again.
So you're happy to go with a 10-year, 12-year storyline here with the fucking Bloodline? That's going to go on and on and on. And fuck everyone else. Fuck LA Knight. Fuck Finn Balor. Fuck every superstar in the whole of the WWE. No. We have to focus on Jey Uso, Roman, and his little family because no one else.
Little family. Fuck Yokozuna. Fuck that guy. Fuck the head shrinkers. Fuck those guys. Give me a break. The Bloodline have been around, like he said, the Bloodline have been around since the 70s, and they're going to continue to be around. And guess what?
See, the issue is that like Finn Balor's out of it now, right? Dom Mysterio's out of it now. So we're going to be talking about the bracket. So this is what we're left with. So whether you want Jey Uso to win it or not, do you want Obafemi just to go straight in and win it, and just nothing happens with Brock prior to SummerSlam? Do you want Javon Evans to become King of the Ring?
It's the most interesting story, Dave and Keith, by a country mile.
It's the only story we've been given. It's the most interesting. We have nothing else to be interested in. The Bloodline is all they're feeding us.
But I'm at the stage now where I'm looking at Jey, and if you look at the podcast for the last few weeks, I've said it every week in, week on. I've said this guy, he's tapped into something here, and it's so good, and I love it. Now, before we get into that, because that's going to be in the brackets, Chad Gable, absolutely phenomenal, absolutely brilliant, incredible, a joy to watch. This whole Maxine Austin Theory thing, couldn't care less about it. Jesus Christ, either pull the trigger or drop it. I don't really care. And you're right, the Judgment Day is on its face, and I am happy about that. I will say this, Dave. Gable is one of the best wrestlers in the world today. And if the rumors are true, and he's unhappy with his contract, and he's gonna want out, if I'm Tony Khan, I get that guy. I swoop in when I can, and I build AEW around him. He's that damn good.
I want him to be given a world championship run. I don't want him to go to AEW. I want
him
to stay in WWE.
I understand. I was just saying a separate point.
I get you. If I'm Tony Khan, I'm jumping all over that like a fucking fly on shit. But
I get it. I'm nearly finished. Hold on. Jey Uso, anybody that says he's brutal now is back crap crazy. It doesn't make sense. He's absolutely phenomenal. Charlotte has to look strong going into the Queen of the Ring. I think she's going to win it.
Yep.
Logan Paul came back, and I was over the moon to see Logan Paul back. He brought presents. It was deadly. The match was shit, though. That was the only thing. And of course, I did not get this right. Obafemi, he went through. He's in the finals. So he's probably going to
get screwed over. He'll get screwed over by Brock. Yeah,
Brock's going to screw him over. But to conclude, Niall, I thought Raw was decent this week, and I'm excited about some of the directions that the stories are going, because there's a lot of negativity around SmackDown, and I get it, and there's a lot of negativity about wrestling in general. So I'm looking at the positives, I'm taking them, and I'm running with them because the positives here are really good. And the potential of the stories are very good as well.
To be honest with you, Brian, yeah, it was cool seeing Logan Paul back, and I like Logan Paul, but just get rid of him from this vision. This vision is a pile of shit, to be honest with you. It really is a pile of shit.
In fairness with the vision, it's been very unlucky with injuries as well and stuff like that. I mean, we weren't in the initial stages of it and stuff like that. We weren't against it. Let's be honest here. We all.
I said that to David.
But it's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. Anyone that they pushed through the vision now has picked up an injury and got hurt and stuff like that. That they can't legislate for that. It's unfair, I think, to judge the vision. I know the idea might be right. Well, maybe it's a bad omen and maybe we should get rid of it. But I don't think it's had a real fair swipe at it, really, with the people who have got injured and all. What I am disappointed in Brent's analysis is the fact that he mentioned Danhausen and he never mentioned my girl Liv Morgan. How could you not mention Liv Morgan, for Christ's sake?
Do you know what?
What a segment. Once again, a very important segment on a TV show. And who goes in and gets involved? My girl, Liv Morgan.
Right. Just two things on that. First of all, Danhausen's rendition of Trouble was brilliant. And I'll say this, and it's a topic for a later show. Danhausen should probably stop casting spells on real teams. Because I think he should just ride this Knicks wave and not take any other chances. But yeah, that segment was deadly. Sorry.
If Liv Morgan has any sense, she should release a song with Danhausen. He is.
Oh my God.
Hot property at the moment, that guy. Very good. But yeah, absolutely. Yes, Brent.
Do you think she'll get to the final then, Niall? Liv Morgan, and she'll get screwed over by Stephanie on Night of Champs?
She's not going to the final. Charlotte's beating her.
Charlotte beat Roxanne.
Well,
but she's still.
No, Charlotte's facing Liv Morgan.
Mm-hmm. On SmackDown, and Charlotte's going to beat her.
So then probably
we'll go through the brackets. But the talk at the moment is that Charlotte's going to be facing Jade Cargill at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jade Cargill has already been a queen of the ring, hasn't she?
She has, yeah. Yeah, she has.
So there you go. There you go. So I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get to the brackets anyway, because I'm not too sure. Dave, what's your thoughts, Raw?
Raw didn't enjoy it. Just didn't. I couldn't get into it this week. I suppose. Look, I'm not discounting Brand's opinion or Brand's thoughts on Raw. It's not my place to try and convince anyone else otherwise. For me, the Bloodline storyline, as long as it's bloody run, it's just getting so long and so drawn out now. Like, wrestling storylines shouldn't last nearly a decade, to be honest with you. I know the Bloodline's been around for years, Brent, but the storyline hasn't. Like, you could say that the family's been in the company since the 70s. Of course they have. But the storyline has gone on for what? We're in the 6th year of the storyline now.
But we were craving Balor last week, and Balor's storyline is a decade.
True.
But it's different when it's a redemption arc and he's been injured and he's been in the Judgment Day. He's not been given a chance. Do you know what I mean? When people want it to happen.
But Jey Uso's second run with a world heavyweight belt could also be a redemption arc if it works out.
I just don't think he has it for a world champion. He is a part of the bloodline, but he's not the head of the bloodline. Roman as world heavyweight champion makes complete and utter sense. Right. Except
if we get two bloodlines and we get a red bloodline and we get a blue bloodline.
Well, but they've been teasing this Civil War thing and then they've dropped it completely now. Jacob is in the toilet. Any momentum Jacob had is gone. He's now just a bitch boy to Roman. That's gone. Jacob's fucking. They're going to have to do serious damage control with Jacob because, in my opinion, losing to Roman, and bending over and kissing his feet, as far as I'm concerned, was the wrong decision with Jacob.
Well, if you look at how last night played out, him attacking your man was a little bit of him kind of going into business for himself, a little bit. So
maybe.
I'd
like to hope. I'd like to hope that Jacob isn't 110% behind this fucking position in the bloodline.
But what about on the Raw brand? What if we get Roman over there with Jacob? They do bring in Zilla. We have the belt guy who's obviously needs a name at this stage because he's on TV now every week handing him the belt and doing his bidding. And I'm sure we can uproot one other Samoan from somewhere and we create red brand bloodline. And what about on the blue brand?
You've just gotten rid of half the blue bloodline. Now we have to bring in more new ones.
No. There's plenty still over there. We already have Solo. We already have Tama Tonga. We already have a few over there already. And all we need to do is check and see when Samoa Joe's contract's up. Would he be interested in coming back? And then we have another one. And then you could have a red bloodline versus a blue bloodline. And if you want to do the Civil War thing, then you go to War Games and you go red bloodline versus blue bloodline. And one of the things we have spoken about on the show before as well is how we'd like a lot of inter-brand kind of warfare and stuff like that might work. So this could be seen as a totally separate thing. And I think if they put the World Heavyweight belt on Jey Uso, as much as we have concerns about it, and everyone knows we're big fans of Jey Uso on this podcast, but we still share concerns from the first run. But if he was there with people around him as opposed to being on his own, which remember when he got the World Heavyweight belt last time, he was literally abandoned by the group and also by the company. Let's be honest, they were going to strap a rocket to his back. I don't know, that rocket must be still somewhere in that WWE Treasures vault or something like that, because they never strapped it to his back anyway, that's for sure. But I think we're seeing a different Jey Uso this time. A lack of this and much more focus on what he's doing and stuff like that. He knows that these opportunities only come around every so often, if even. And I think that this opportunity, not necessarily.
So, do you think there's going to be a slow burner of a storyline that they're probably going to do something around the SummerSlam time, maybe?
Well, SummerSlam wouldn't be a slow burner because it's only 6 weeks away. So that I wouldn't discuss that as a slow burner. But I think what happens is if they put the belt on Jey Uso, then I think what they have is you could have some really good TV there with them feuding then with LA Knight. And then do they put the belt on LA Knight through Jey Uso?
Well, originally
which in turn allows us to back Cody a little bit off the title picture to go do his thing. If he wants to turn heel, if he wants to feud with Trick, if he wants to feud with other people. And we have a whole fresh kind of title picture there with an opportunity there for people and stuff like that. Maybe we could inject Balor in there. We know Punk is coming back. We have LA Knight in there. There's a lot of people there that could club together to have really good feuds with this potentially new blue bloodline, if you like, if it was to happen. I'm not saying it is, just thinking out loud in the way that they're thinking.
Yeah, I look, it would make it more interesting if there was a clash between two sections of the bloodline. But we've been talking about that for nearly 6 months. About are they going to do the Civil War thing? They've teased it and then backed off it, and then hopefully they will do it. Chad Gable, again, I don't want to see him go anywhere other than stay in WWE. I think he deserves a title run. He would be the perfect, I hate to say it, but the perfect blue brand champion, in my opinion.
It was a good match, but I don't like his new music, by the way. I think it's shy.
Def Rebel or muck, Keith. They very rarely come out with fucking anything worth listening to. I don't think that's Chad Gable's fault. But I think if you were to have Chad Gable as champion on SmackDown, he'd almost be like the reincarnation of when Kurt Angle held the Undisputed title on SmackDown. When you had that kind of, when you had that kind of aura of that big American guy, holding the title on the blue brand, that would be ideal for me. I think Chad Gable would be an ideal SmackDown champion, in my opinion. LA Knight, again, it's so frustrating to me what they're doing with LA Knight. I think I used to never be really high on LA Knight, but I feel bad for the guy now because he's working his arse off to get somewhere and get near the championship. Not happening for him. Again, he's getting so close, and then they just take it away at the last second.
But he hasn't been really. It's been a while since he's kind of been around anything to do with the championship. I mean, he's been going back and forth with Jey Uso now for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's kind of linked to a championship picture in a way. It's not directly with the championship.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. What I mean is he's not directly going up against Cody and stuff like that. He's kind of popping up here and there with segments and stuff. But I don't know. I think I have a funny feeling somewhere along the line in the next 2 years, LA Knight is gonna carry world title.
Originally he was supposed to win the King of the Ring but then they changed their mind and given it to Jey Uso.
Yeah,
I would have been happier with LA Knight, to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean,
but you can't have two faces, obviously, face off.
The thing about it is the first world heavyweight title when Jey Uso got it, there's no denying how over this guy was and how hot he was at the time. And we all thought that this could be really, really good and could go well. And it kind of fell on its face. It just, for a number of reasons, not just Jey Uso's reasons, but I just think in general, I think he was shotgun into a position that he wasn't prepared for. I feel now.
We all remember Keith eating around his room when he won the world title. Keith had the fucking eat going on up on his couch, and all he was.
I think we were all the same, and I think we were also very happy for this guy as well. This is a guy who's been in the company now, whatever, 20 years or whatever it is now at this stage. Yeah. They've been unbelievable. They've been arguably one of the best tag teams in the history of the business. You know, with the plan, I wonder what the plan is for Big Jim. I wonder what they're going to do with him as well, because they're starting to mention him a lot more now.
Well, I hate to say it. Well. I hate to say this. I prefer Jimmy to Jey. And that's not a joke. I prefer Jimmy to Jey.
Is he just too much for you?
Jimmy's great. Jimmy's fantastic.
I just like Jimmy's seriousness on the mic, on the camera. I like Jimmy as a personality more than I do like Jey. But I get Jey has a gimmick that's over. I get it. He's going to play into that. It is a more focused version of the Yeet Machine. I understand that. But I just personally prefer Jimmy to Jey. I just think he's better on mic. He has better psychology overall. I just prefer him.
Well, Jimmy up till this point has been presented as not the bigger brother, but the stockier, the bigger brother, kind of enforcer, kind of background type of guy. He hasn't been presented as that guy out front. He's never been that guy out front.
That's a shame. I think he could do it. Like personally, I think he could. I think he's well capable.
I think in terms of character and psychology, I think he might be a bit of a one-trick pony. I don't know at a world heavyweight level is he dynamic enough to switch on a penny. You know, I don't know whether he's that guy. I think with Jey, Jey can nearly forget what he's doing and find a way around it and do it. I think with Jimmy, I think it's more kind of structured. And I think because of that, at a world heavyweight level and the belt situation, it could come across as a bit robotic. I'm not too sure. Jey has always been the character in that group, and Jimmy has always been the enforcer. You know?
Fair.
It's kind of like when you look at Demolition, Axe was always the enforcer and Smash was always the personality. Yeah, they were both huge. But Smash was always the guy front and center with the promos that were a bit more, dare I say these days, colourful, if you like. And Axe was always the guy in the background that was kind of staunch, you know. Look at the Hart Foundation.
Did you say that about the Legion of Doom as well?
Yeah, well, the Legion of Doom somewhat, yeah, exactly. You had Animal who was there, who was the enforcer, and Hawk who was just off his biscuit most of the time, having an absolute meltdown, talking about cockpits and toilets and all sorts of stuff. You know, so, and we love them as well. But I think there's a successful pattern to tag team wrestling down through the years, and it's the same. You look at Brett. Brett was always the serious, direct to the point. The Anvil was always the lunatic off his head character type of guy. You know what I mean? So like it's the same. They find a formula that works in tag team wrestling, not necessarily these days in WWE because they don't have as much care for it. But down through the years, there's a kind of a pattern of success there in tag team wrestling, and it repeats itself all the time. And with the Usos, I think it's the same. You have Jey out front, who's the kind of character, who's dynamic and does his thing, and you've got Jimmy in the background who's more reserved and kind of to the point and kind of direct in his approach. And it's worked down through the years. Every tag team's had it. Look at the Warlord and the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Same. Look at every tag team. If you look at the Bulldogs, Davey was the outspoken kind of colourful guy, and Dynamite was the kind of staunch to the point, technical head case, if you like, you know, in the Bulldogs as well. It's every tag team. You know, look at Brutus the Barber and Greg Valentine. Brutus the Barber, larger than life character. Greg the Hammer Valentine has a face that watches paint dry. Look at what it's down through the years, and it's every tag team. You know, hang on, I bring Sean back in.
Get out of town. Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Good, Sean, Jey Uso, thoughts?
Read the line under my name.
Terry Funk couldn't hold a candle to Jey Uso. You're damn right, Sean.
It's what Triple H said. Oh dear, Triple H, wants us to say to our children when they ask, "Daddy, who was Jey Uso?" to shed a tear. thinking about all those great moments, and it's such a shame that my children didn't get to see Jey Uso. But unfortunately, we live in the real world, and the real world is Jey Uso is not a good wrestler. He's not a good character. He's not a good promo on his own. But over LA Knight is absolutely ludicrous. Well, the thing is,
so you didn't. So what you're saying is you haven't been watching Raw the last few weeks, but it sounds
I have. He's been adequate, but you know the thing they always said about Bret Hart, right?
Yes.
In terms of promos and charisma, there wasn't really much, right? But he was the best wrestler in the company and one of the best to ever do it. So that's why people absolutely love Bret Hart. The same way, well, maybe not so much.
He puts his eyes to heaven there.
Yeah.
That's why people love Bret Hart.
Amen. Well, you'll see why, because this next comparison is a bit left field, because we are also paying.
Yeah, Sean, his brain may be dead.
For all you Canadian subscribers out there, Bret Hart was the best.
Yeah. The other thing you could say about John Cena. In ring, he was always, I think he got much better, like in the last decade or so of his career. But before that, he was just fine, right? Like nothing overly offensive. Could do his 5 moves quite fundamentally well. But his promos were fantastic. So there's some wrestlers who are not good at one thing, but because they're so good at the other thing, they've got their place in history. That's not the case with Jey Uso. And the fact that it's not like they haven't tried it, right? If they were trying it with Jey Uso, and this is the first time, I don't think people would like it, but I think we as fans will probably be open to it. We'll say, you know what, we'll give it a go, and I might like it, I might not. But they have. They already gave him the World Heavyweight Championship, and it was a disaster. The match was terrible. The fans didn't like it. Well, by fans, I mean me. And the matches were terrible. He is not World Championship material, and the fact that he is, being pushed over LA Knight is ridiculous. I'm telling you, that Fatal 4 match on SmackDown, which I don't watch because I have a life and I like my mental health and my well-being. Finn Balor, I watched SmackDown Motel though. Finn Balor, Royce Keys, LA Knight. Any one of them would have been an interesting, fresh, and insightful story than Jey Uso. And they went with Jey Uso. Now, do I think Finn Balor would have won King of the Ring? Unfortunately, I live in the real world, so no. Same thing with Hobbs. I could potentially see it with LA Knight. I can see it with Jey Uso. But other than that, I thought Raw was
I
fine,
thought,
I suppose.
Sean, bar the Finn Balor story, I think Jey Uso has the best story going into King of the Ring of those 4 men. Finn Balor was tops, and I didn't even realize it till somebody said on the podcast last week. But what an amazing story that would have been. And that would have been perfect. But I think Jey Uso is the most interesting story. Can I just ask before we move on? Are you telling me, right, Jey Uso does not deserve a second chance at all? Is this what you're saying?
I don't know if he doesn't deserve a second chance. You're making it out like he killed 20 people and wants to wrestle. The first one didn't work out. And I don't feel like, even though he's been, back for the bloodline, I don't feel like his promos or his in-ring ability have progressed beyond that. So I think it would just be more of the same. I think maybe if we really fucking have to, let him win it down the line. But for now, focus on one of those 3 guys that you mentioned, on Finn Balor or LA Knight or Royce Keys, because King of the Ring is meant to boost careers, right? Well, they say that. By boost career, I mean they have to go around and gimmick for 6 months with a crown and a scepter. But really, King and Queen of the Ring should be a launching pad.
It's always been that way.
That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be.
But Jey Uso is already established, so he doesn't need it. Finn Balor, WWE want you to believe he's established, but the way he's been treated would make you not think so. Royce Keys, really, I think out of all those 4, is the one who, could do with the boost and could do with the establishment, right? So when it's just the same, well, compared to the other 3, and I only say that because he's brand new, so surely like a new guy who's hot, King of the Ring should be his launching pad to greater things.
Fucking dreadful.
I'm not saying I don't want him. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't want him to, but
no one gives a toss about Roy Keys.
No
one cares about Royce Keys.
I don't.
How can we? No one. There's no one out there at the moment on any content level or creation talking about Royce Keys as heavyweight champion carrying fucking SmackDown.
I'm not. That's not what I said.
You're saying he's a better option than Jey Uso. We're probably about to see Jey Uso get shotgun to that.
Finn Balor is a better option than Jey Uso.
Yeah, absolutely, but Finn Balor's out of the picture now. Finn Balor got eliminated, so we can't live in that world anymore. We have to move over. I did a video on Finn Balor sitting in a car park losing my fucking shit. People about to ring fucking police on me at this stage.
But what I meant is King of the Ring.
Check. Welfare check, please.
But what I meant was King of the Ring is something that should boost people to the next level.
Agreed.
So really, it should be someone like a Royce Keys, like some young new guy working his way up through the ranks, who the King of the Ring and all the awards should go to, rather than someone who's already established as a star and failed really miserably.
But we have to assume whoever wins the King of the Ring and gets a title shot are going to win the title. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah,
okay?
And I think any one of those men would have been a better option than Jey Uso. And Powerhouse Hobbs, I think, would be the third. But he's still not Jey Uso, so I think in that regard, better than Jey Uso.
I have seen nothing from Royce Keys that would suggest he's a better option than Jey Uso. And I like big guys who wrestle and move. So I don't have a problem with Royce Keys. But Royce Keys is so far off. Royce Keys isn't even ready for an IC or a US belt at this stage. Near alone be the figurehead on a show at the moment that is sinking quicker than the Titanic, that needs a freshening up and needs star power. This guy walks out. They're trying to put him with Solo to make him relative.
God. Are they?
Let that sink in.
Are they actually doing that?
100%.
They're going to do that.
Jesus Christ, I revoke everything I said. Sorry, Niall.
He's going to be the next honorary use or honorary MFT or whatever the hell it is. There's no doubt about it. They're going to find someone who shares a mother with that guy that's been in Samoa.
Niall, I humbly hold up my hand and apologise and revoke all positive things said about Royce Keys. I'm just saying it could have been anyone they went with Jey.
But it's not Royce Keys' fault. He's been shoehorned in for relevancy with.
But it's not just Jey Uso's fault that his first world heavyweight run fell on its arse. It's not just Jey Uso's fault. The whole company abandoned him. We heard Triple H doing an interview saying, we're going to strap a rocket to this guy.
But was it not his fault that he fell off from a fitness point of view, though? He was gassed by the time he was halfway through a match.
He's gassed now. He was gassed last week in the ring when he ran down to the ring and cut the promo. So that doesn't mean he can't go. Loads of lads get gassed. He was gassed because he was so fucking focused and losing his mind in the ring. I get gassed here just doing the intro. What are you talking about? Doesn't mean I can't podcast.
Oh, dear.
Now, can I just give one point to you? We didn't really touch on it for Raw. Shut up, you.
It's rude.
The Roxanne and Liv Morgan thing. Do you think they're just going to do like a slow burner for this and do it after SummerSlam and wait for Stephanie to come back? Or what do you think they're going to do there?
She's never coming back, Keith.
Shut up.
That dream.
She's not coming back.
I know. I'm just wondering because I was watching it.
Friday's either going to go one or two ways, isn't it? Friday is either going to be Jade Cargill is going to cost Charlotte her chance, but I think Stephanie might come back and cost Liv Morgan the chance. Because it doesn't make sense for Liv Morgan to go to the final of the King of the Ring.
So you think that's going to happen on SmackDown then? And then obviously then...
One of those is going to happen on SmackDown, and I would assume, you know, I thought what they would have done, the Brock Lesnar thing last night, but I presume they're going to fly into Saudi to do it in Saudi.
So then do you think then...
Because if this just becomes Alba Femi winning the King of the Ring and challenging Cody Rhodes, because there's no point in him challenging Roman Reigns because he's not there yet. That's going to need 6 months of building and all that kind of stuff and bloodline, all that kind of interference to make that land. If he just wins the King of the Ring, comes out, batters Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam and retires him and then goes, Roman, you're next. That again, that's going to fall.
I'd like to see him batter Cody though. Fair.
Absolutely, that can happen. Yeah, that's fine. But I just don't know. He's another one as well. He could go the Jey Uso route first time round as well. They could put the strap on him, and it could put him into a prominent position that he's not ready for yet.
Okay.
With Oba,
I think
they need to take their time. And I know we say that about a lot of superstars that come up, but with Oba, he's over now. If he retires Brock, that's the next step. Then you build on that toward a belt and make it mean something rather than just we're giving you the King of the Ring. Now you got to beat Cody for the strap. That's all just muddled together in a short 6-7 month run where it needs to be longer than that.
I think Alba's going to be more relative to people and more over to people in the chase for a title than he is when he arrives at the title. Because I think if you put the world heavyweight belt on Alba Femi, there's no one really there on SmackDown that can take that belt off him in a believable kind of way.
Nope.
So what you've done is you've pitched him to the top of the mountain. The other thing with him as well is in that prominent position and stuff like that, you're going to be 15-minute main event matches for the world belt, which doesn't sit great with us either. You know what I mean? It's going to be very hard.
Fair, yeah.
Like, and the risk as well with that guy as well is if you're going to put him in there against the likes of an Orton or a Punk or a Drew, well, Drew will be different, but Orton or a
Drew's
Punk,
a potential feud, actually, believe it or not.
Yeah, but the problem there is it's kind of like they're the kind of ones that are the only ones that are kind of believable somewhat. And Punk again, there will be a lot of questions over that as well.
No, what about Sheamus if he came back and just feud with him for a bit?
I don't see Sheamus.
Well, no, I'm
Sheamus,
just saying,
I don't see Sheamus. No, I don't think Sheamus at the moment. I don't think Sheamus is going to come back in a prominent position again.
No. They'll give him the Intercontinental title.
And finish that Grand Slam thing and let him retire. He's had a fabulous career in there. He's made a ton of money.
Next year's Hall of Fame. Happy days.
He doesn't need to be doing that anymore. I think he'll be involved. I think he'll kind of come into a kind of like use every so often kind of thing. Like if they're in Boston, if they're in New York, if they're in Ireland, stuff like that, they use Sheamus as that kind of ambassador type of role and stuff. He's had a fabulous career. He's won it all. He's done it all. What else has he got to do? He's getting up there in the years now. He's pretty beat up. You can see he does a lot of stuff. He just had shoulder injury or shoulder surgery, I think, or something.
Yeah, he didn't.
So that takes the time to come back from. I don't know how invasive it was or whether it was keyhole. But if it's invasive, he's probably going to be out for another 6, 8, 10 months. The business moves very rapidly in a 10-month period, as we can see. And I just think I can't see him being propelled into that main event scene.
Oh God, no!
Don't see it.
So if Oba beats Brock on SummerSlam, which we're predicting, then do you think then after that he should be given then Drew after that then, or where do you think he should go after that?
It depends on what their vision is then from SummerSlam through to Mania in Saudi and what they want to do.
Yeah,
we could be staring down the barrel here in another week's time, folks, of Sami Zayn being World Heavyweight Champion. Then that changes the whole dynamic of everything.
Just shut SmackDown down. Just shut the show down. Rebrand it. Do something.
Bring back Thunder.
The only thing that could be the only thing. And I know you're going to look at me like I've 10 heads when I say this, but the only thing that could be good about that is we could get a Summer of Punk with Sammy and Punk, and that could be okay. And we're also expecting Kevin Owens back as well. Kevin Owens is back shortly as well. So that could be a very interesting dynamic there. We could get the Ring of Honor matches. We could get the Ring of Honor matches all back that we all point for.
I want Jacob versus Kevin Owens. I want that match.
Yeah. I want Jacob versus Braun Breaker.
The only thing about it is I don't want that match as a throwaway match. I want that match in a match that actually means something.
Yes, Kevin Owens versus Jacob, because we know that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn dethroned the Usos for the joint tag titles at WrestleMania, and if he's going to come back, and there's a massive bloodline story going on, shoehorn him right back in.
They might have to be careful with him, won't they?
Jacob. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Niall said, build it slowly up to a.
We also know with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has great history with the bloodline as well.
Exactly. Yeah, so that just works straight off the bat. Kevin Owens against Jacob, but build it for Survivor Series or something. He doesn't have to wrestle for fucking 2 months. Just build it up over the shows.
The other thing you could do is you could have Sami Zayn winning the belt, and you could have Kevin Owens coming back and going into a storyline with Sami Zayn for the belt. Yeah. If you want to run back your Universal title again, we seen what happened last time. The storyline sells itself there. You didn't win the belt, you were handed it. That's what I'd be saying on the stick, go full heel. And I love Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, one of my favourites. Kevin Owens is my brother from another mother. Everyone says I look like him.
What I like about that suggestion is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is so fresh. It's so new.
It's so Cody.
I don't think we've ever seen it before. But like obviously, I just.
But we've never. It's not that it's fresh and new.
Brent.
It's that it's safe. And it's interesting because it would be for a world title. It's never been for a world title. Probably
only
the last
the
time
NXT
those two boys faced each other.
Only the NXT
but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not
only
going to
NXT
sit on
was
the
that.
NXT. Yeah,
You know.
or Ring of Honor maybe. I'm sure they feuded in Ring of Honor.
Yeah. I think El Generico and Kevin Steen had a few.
But
belts
I think the reality of it is, right, some of us wouldn't mind seeing Sammy as champ, but I think we can all agree that maybe
one person, that's you.
I wouldn't mind seeing Sammy as champ, to be honest with you. I really would. Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Who's going to go through?
Come
Hell
on,
yeah.
Keith.
Sean, I know you're
However,
you're taking the piss.
The only
the
only reason I'm going to eat from that card is if it's a pathway to Sami Zayn getting a right hiding in an interesting storyline. I'm not eating it up if this is all the way. If this is Sami Zayn all the way, he had next all the way to WrestleMania next year, then I'm gonna have a problem.
Are you John Cena? Tonight I officially announced my retirement from the WWE if that happens.
Do you remember when John Cena said no one to be
thinking about him? Yeah, after by the Rumble. Yeah, do you remember what he said?
Well, can we try and do that then? Can we?
Wasn't it yesterday or a few days ago? Marked 6 months.
Barely wiped me arse and he's popped back up on my screen. Like,
it's amazing. I love him.
Me too, Sean.
I love the little promo package.
Hearing nothing from you two about John Cena coming back all these times after you said he's never coming back. He's never gonna be back here ever again.
Because the last time we had this dispute on the podcast, you were categorically wrong in what you were saying.
Yes,
you were categorically wrong. And I would even put the previous past podcasts forward. And what I said to you was, if you remember, I says, you clearly don't watch the podcast, because what I said from a wrestling standpoint, he won't be back, but we will see him. We will see him.
But
again.
I came back with, he said, you'll never see me again in the WWE ring.
Yeah, wrestling in a WWE
in his wrestling gear.
He didn't specify
wrestling gear.
Dave, sorry.
He did. He said not in the jorts. He did. He said not.
Look, there's Io Sky. Look.
Oh, nice.
Where? Oh.
Don't
do that to me. Don't do that to me. I was like, what's he doing? What's Io Sky doing in Finglas? And how do you know? Sorry. Go on.
To the brackets.
Right, let's talk about the brackets. How do we see this? What way do we see this going? Who's going to be in the final? Who's going to ultimately next week become king and queen?
Ask Keith. He loves bringing in the misery here. Let Keith have his misery out first.
Go ahead, Keith.
Fortunately for my sins, it's going to be Jey Uso, even though I don't want to. And then obviously, I would like to see Io Sky, but I don't think it's going to be, and it's probably end up going to be Charlotte Flair. So yeah, that's probably my prediction, to be honest. Do you know what? I've enjoyed all this King of the Ring up until now with fucking Jey Uso. I really have. I've enjoyed all the matches up until Jey Uso. Yeah, I really have. But it's just fuck off, Jey Uso. Seriously.
Wow.
So you don't think it's going? So you don't think it's going to get bouncy with Oba and Javon Evans, no?
No. See,
if it does, we may all quit fucking podcasting if it does. As I say, Oba Femi has that bigger dinners than Johnny Javon Evans, to be honest.
Look. I would like it. I would like it if it was Finn Balor, to be honest with you. That'd be a great one, as you were saying about the 10-year storyline.
Let's deal in the reality of the universe that we're in at the moment, where everyone that's darkened out is out of the fucking picture. It doesn't matter. They lost. It's done. Get over it. You ain't getting Wicklow or Bray. It's done.
Niall, Javon Evans and Oba Femi is two young guys, one who's giant, one who can move really. It's a David Goliath thing. Oba Femi versus Jey Uso is the irresistible force meeting the bucket of shite. It doesn't work.
I disagree. I disagree.
Yes.
Oba Femi versus Javon Evans is the opener of a collision. That's what that is. It's the opener of an.
Don't be insulting collision. Don't be doing that, friend.
Collision's great.
No, fair enough. It's the opener. No, look, it's the opener. That's what it is. Now, Oba Femi versus Jey Uso does a great story there. There's no
story there. There's no story there.
Brilliant.
Jay's story.
The potential there.
Oba Femi versus the Chocolate.
That's because it's the King of the Ring. That's how it works. You put wrestlers in, and they don't necessarily because you didn't let me finish. Because the story of the two of them and the directions they could go. That's it. So the reason why Jay versus Femi is a better fit than Jay versus Javon Evans is because the potential stories the two of them could tell. Plus, don't even get me started on Femi versus the Bloodline, because the rumor 6 months ago was Oba Femi was going to be going up against Roman Reigns within 12 months.
If Oba Femi goes on and wins the King of the Ring and goes on and wins the world belt, the only interesting thing, apart from the three boys we spoke about that might come back, the only other way of prizing that belt off him is if it's a numbers game. So you have to go with a Bloodline and SmackDown in order to achieve that. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. And it's going to get real style.
Could you see LA Knight costing Jey Uso in the final?
No.
Well, it's
I could see Brock Lesnar costing Oba Femi.
Brock Lesnar's costing Oba Femi because, like Niall said, if it goes in the other direction, then you can talk about buckets of shit.
But it's still buckets of shit with Jey Uso winning it.
No, it's not. If you think about it, you look at most of the people in that King of the Ring there. Most of the people, not all of them, but most of the people who have competed in the King of the Ring this year can only dream of having the career that Jey Uso has had.
100%.
Yeah, like
when we're dumping on someone, let's be careful here. Jey Uso was wrestling royalty, lads. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer as well with Jimmy. They're also probably one of the greatest tag teams that have ever done it. So let's not devalue the legacy and the history of a guy by shitting on him because he had a bad world heavyweight run. We understand he had a bad world heavyweight run. That doesn't mean he can't fix it. The QB1 who's in there at the moment originally was in the legacy. Then he looked in a mirror with a brown bag. Then he painted his face with a star on it and got into a onesie. Let's get real here now before we start shitting on people who have had chances and redemption arcs and all this kind of thing. Jey Uso is an unbelievable.
But Niall,
unbelievable in WWE. So
you only have to look at his cousin. You only have to look at Reigns. In 2016 to 2000 and splash, Reigns was eating dog food. You know what I mean? The big dog was eating dog food. He's getting booed out of the building. He won the Royal Rumble. People were calling Reigns an abomination to the industry, and rightfully so. And now they're saying, you know what? This is brilliant. So you can look at Cody, but you can also look at Reigns as well, because Reigns' journey to the top wasn't great. It was not great. And you would have ruled Reigns out in 2016 to 2017 and 18 until he came back during the pandemic. You would have ruled him out. You would have been saying, not this guy winning the King of the Ring again. And now look at us. He's the best thing in wrestling today, and it's not even close, except for Cody Rhodes.
Look, Brent, I agree. I agree with Niall is saying. Look, he is a great tag team, and I do agree with you, Niall. He is fantastic. He is one of the best tag teams with his brother. But I just don't really connect with him on his own. That's just it for me, to be honest.
Right. So what you're saying, Keith, to conclude, you think Oba Femi's winning the King of the Ring or Jey Uso?
No, I think Jey Uso is probably going to win it, more than likely.
Nice. What do you think about the women's?
It's going to be Charlotte. Charlotte's going to win.
I'm with you on that.
Okay.
Dave?
Well, thoughts on the brackets?
Who's winning?
Yeah, now who do you think's going to go on to the final and ultimately win each of them?
I'm going to take a different route here. Not with the men's one. The men's one's Jey Uso all over. But the women's one, I'm going to go with Liv Morgan in the final against Io. And a swerve over Morgan to put Io as the queen of the ring. And personally, that's not a bad choice at all. I think she's definitely a bloody queen of the ring in my eyes anyway.
Great choice. Especially after, if you look at the last 2 years, had the best match Mania week at 41, and then this year got absolutely screwed out of ending that storyline with Carrie and with Asuka. Certainly deserves.
I'd give it to Io Sky. I'm gonna go with Io Sky to be queen of the ring purely because I think she deserves it more.
I wouldn't be opposed to that either, Dave. To be honest with you, do you know?
That's what I'd go with. Jey Uso's a given. Jey Uso's a nailed on for to beat Oba Femi when Brock comes out 7 F5s and then Jay goes, Uso splashing 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And then we get Io Sky then potentially versus Rhea Ripley, which would be very cool.
Again, and you've got that arc of the friendship there as well. So,
makes sense.
That'd be my choice anyway.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, but you would imagine on the other side of that, you would happen to either Stephanie comes back and does something with Liv, or else Jade comes out and does something with Charlotte.
That's what I'm saying. If Charlotte gets to the final, I don't care who gets the final between Liv Morgan or Charlotte. There's shenanigans either way with them two, to work it. I just want Io to get the win.
So we'll either see someone on SmackDown or be Night of Champions with Liv Morgan.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I don't see any benefit for Liv to get to the final, to be honest. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense because I've been annoyed she got this far. She's even in the tournament because she's already the bloody champion. It makes zero sense for her to be in there to begin with.
That's why.
But that's this bracket should never be a storyline progression at all, ever, unless it's a story to get into the next, big thing that's going to come in the future. You've given them the platform for a younger star.
Yeah,
that's the only story that should be there.
What did we make of the update on the poster? Obviously, Rhea Ripley's not going to make Night of Champions, so they've put Tiffany Stratton in there with the US belt, finally getting defended on a PLE after 20 months in existence or whatever it is. How are we feeling about that, Tiffy?
Great.
Good choice, good backup. Yeah. Rhea's obviously injured, so I think going with Tiffy's a great choice to back it up because we know she's going to have a good match.
Yeah,
the rumor going around today is it was potentially going to be Blake Monroe against her,
aka Emma,
or Veer,
yeah, coming soon, 2029. What's the story, Ian? It's Ian. See, not Reggie, it's Ian. I learned their names now. Sean Mack, give us something different.
Shite in the bucket will beat Javon Evans, and he will fall the last hurdle to Obafemi.
Thank you for that shot.
And I think Liv Morgan will beat Charlotte. Then she'll be Io Sky, and then she'll be like Colin Bomber Harris from Monty Python, and she'll wrestle herself for the other championship. So,
alrighty,
okay,
that'd be a quality match.
Niall.
I think Jey Uso is going to win the King of the Ring, and I think Io Sky.
Fair enough.
See the cocaine in his eye. Look at his eyes are pinned. You can see the drugs coming out of those eyes, lads.
Is that a man? Is that a man who you think is the world champion?
No, he's a fucking dope.
World champion he's just an entrance allegations, more like.
What did we make of this? Is this something potentially sowing the seed for the future?
No.
I'm disappointed to see Roman Reigns there. Very disappointed that Roman Reigns was at this event. I understand why, but again, the TKO pulling the strings to get the biggest star in the WWE to come to this absolute disgusting event. No thanks. Mistake. I think it's a mistake.
The only thing disgusting about it, Dave, was I stayed up for it, and it was literally like afternoon time outside. It was 6:00. Absolute fucking disaster. It looked like it was 2 p.m. in the day. But the other thing is, do you remember McGregor? I think he did an interview with, was it 98 FM or something like that, where he said he could take like all the WBE guys, and then he said, "Oh, what I meant was I could beat the roster any day of the week and twice on Sundays." And a bunch of people came back to him. And I think Roman just said, "You're the size of my leg. Shut up."
He was having to go off John Cena as well. This pumped up steroid guy. He says going around saying everyone we can't see him. So we can see him. He's right there.
40-year-old failed Mr. Olympian motherfuckers. What does that make him? Well, it like I'm a UFC fan as well, Dave, and I know the thing is politically I couldn't care less for this card, but it was a fight card and the fights were all really good. And it's probably, I think, the biggest card that's going to happen this year. Maybe, I know McGregor's fighting in July, but like the spectacle of it, the fact it's a show at the White House, that's never happened before, and the fact that like there's no prelims, that's never happened before, the fact that there's a knockout on everything, that's never happened before, but also
scripted.
Yeah, the walkouts from the Oval Office.
Yeah, in fairness, they were actually quite good, and they had a live band and everything. That was Alex Pereira's entrance.
Like you say you can't get political about it. The whole thing was a PR job politically.
It was America's birthday and Trump's birthday, and he fell asleep during the second fight.
That's nothing new.
Yeah.
I mean, but focus on the fight itself. Can I just say, how cool would it be, right? If Conor goes on, right, let's just say he wins or whatever, on the July 11th. That's when he's fighting Max Holloway, right? And then Reigns is in the crowd, and they do the Undertaker thing and Brock Lesnar thing years ago. That would be bleeding deadly. And we'd be talking about it the following week. We'd be like, did you see the UFC? Reigns gonna punch his head in. Clearly that's not gonna happen.
So look, it's the Trump administration. So having a rapist in on WWE is nothing new.
Roman Reigns is not a rapist.
Yeah, I know he's not a rapist. Look at the other guy there, Brendan.
Triple H.
No.
Oh yeah, sorry. No way.
Yeah.
No,
so I think Conor McGregor should go to America, stay in America, and never come back to fucking Ireland. Hate that.
They tried to get McGregor over before, do you remember a long time ago? But Enzo Amore was trying to call McGregor out, and they were going to do something at Mania, but McGregor just never entertained it. So
nice little segue there, Dave. David looks like he's laughing at you. David looks like
is that Dennis Quaid or is that Vince McMahon? I can't tell.
That is
Pepe Le
Pew.
Anyway, we have a poll running, folks. If you want to vote on it, Bren, give us an update on the poll. Would you be happy with Vince McMahon returning to WWE? Yes or no?
I do want to say this: the polls have fluctuated, but only in the last 5 minutes have they kind of like stayed in that in around this area, right? And I do want to point out that Vince McMahon has been in the lead, was in the lead to return. People wanted him to return for a little bit, but at this stage now, 36% of the people say yes, they would like to see him back, and 64% are saying no. So there you go. But it is interesting. It is interesting that it was 60-40 the other direction, probably for a longer period of time. And I leave it
depends. It depends on whether you're on Ticketmaster at that time, looking at the price of tickets before you vote, isn't it? But anyway, just to give people an update if they don't know it anyway, the shareholder case is being settled now. And the Janelle Grant case is going to private arbitration, where everything is going to be settled in quiet and not in public. And when these are both settled, does it potentially leave a potential opportunity for Vince McMahon to return to WWE? There is certainly. I wouldn't think so, but there certainly is a cohort out there who are banging that drum and would want Vince to come back. Strangely enough, that's all I would say. So we said we'd ask it. Next week's poll is going to be: is Jey Uso prepared to earn a second? Yes or no?
If I don't see 100% no, I'm out. I'm going to be the first one to vote.
In the words of Simon Cowell, it's a no from me.
Yeah.
So do you think WWE is never going to recognize Vince ever again?
Of course they are. They have to.
Definitely recognize.
He's the foundation of him.
He was in the whole documentary.
What I mean is
without Hulk Hogan and without Vince McMahon, wrestling doesn't exist.
No, but everything that's going on at the moment, when that fully finishes, do you think they will recognize him after that or do something?
Of course they will. They have to.
Does that, like, even if they're settling, right? Yeah. So clearly, if he was nailed on to have not done anything, the settlement wouldn't have been there. They would have gone and you would have fought it, right? So you were saying Vince McMahon, if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't have, and it's true, we wouldn't have WWE where it is today. Does that give him a pass for his past transgressions or whatever he's done? Does that just say we forget about that because he's given us WWE?
No, but I also as well, this has not been proven guilty or innocent in a court of law, and as a result, we can't comment on it. I can't say whether he did do it. I can't say whether he didn't. And to be honest with you, knowing how some of these cases go, no, I haven't been part of any, by the way, so we can squash those rumors right there. But knowing how some of these cases go, a lot of business advisors say, look, just get rid of this case as soon as possible. And in this case, he was probably told, listen, this has been going on too much. Get into a room, sort it out. Otherwise, it's going to be going on for a lot longer. So he was probably advised from a business perspective, and he probably agreed with it. But the fact is, me, you, Niall, Sean, or Keith cannot say whether he's innocent or guilty. We can't. And that's what it comes down to. So does it give him a pass to do whatever he wants? Absolutely not. But can we prove it either way? Absolutely not.
These settling of cases is kind of rampant. If we, we were only talking last week about Michael Jackson who settled the case because that's how he was advised, get that out of town. You don't need to be dealing with that and stuff like that. We know that Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant, settled the case as well. Plenty of them have happened, you know what I mean? So, like, it's, 100%. You know what I mean? It's listen, I'm not saying it should or shouldn't. Lots of people are saying, well, if he was there, tickets would be more affordable. The product might be better. I don't know. Product wasn't necessarily brilliant when he was there towards the latter end. Having said that, he did have a lot of involvement up to and as far as WrestleMania 40, which we thought was pretty.
But TKO controls the ticket price. Even if he did come back, he wouldn't own the company. He wouldn't have control over the ticket price.
But that's my view. I'm saying I don't think that would change. I think in terms of their concern is revenue, profitability, all that kind of stuff. Everything else just gets trampled on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But listen, we do know at the moment that we know that Triple H is struggling at the moment from a creative point of view. So I don't know. Listen, I would feel a little bit uncomfortable with it, but that's just my own personal.
If I were Triple H, I would take full creative control myself and not have a room full of 4 nobodies we've never heard of who have no wrestling experience with a pen and a notepad to write down a storyline. If I was Triple H, I'd be like, no, I'm doing what I want to do. You can advise me. Well, Vince was always the case of it ends with book stops at me. That's the way Vince always.
This is just history repeating itself. The only difference is this company isn't going to crash into the ground, right? So this happened with WCW, slightly different, on a bit of on a much lesser scale, but the same thing happened. A load of suits came in, not knowing anything about wrestling and saying, right, this is what we want. This is the money that we want. And if we're not making it, piss off, we'll sell you for 200 quid. Clearly, that's not going to happen with the WWE. It's not. But this is just history repeating itself. What was WCW like in 1999 to 2001? The shit.
God awful.
The drizzling shit.
Kevin.
Exactly. Mr. McMahon Hall of Fame.
Give me a hell yes, people. Oh my God.
But I'm just saying. I think strap in, because it's going to be like this for a while anyway, and Vince McMahon ain't coming back either way.
Look, the case is settled. It's in private arbitration, and we will never hear what really went on, and we will hear nothing about what goes on because it's completely and 100% sealed. We will never ever find out what was settled and what was told and what was said.
I would make the point as well, though, and we know from the court filings, the previous conversations and interviews and all, and the statement that was nearly like a victim impact statement there back a few months ago and stuff. We do know that both sides of this have agreed to private arbitration, which means I would believe that both sides don't want necessarily information coming out about them. So I wouldn't say this is all one way. So by the way it's being structured. Because I'd say we know that the information that was coming out in court and some of the information and the messages and stuff like that didn't necessarily paint Janelle in a good picture either. So we don't know what way this is going to pan out. So I think this private arbitration might suit both sides of this case. That's all I'm saying. I don't know any different, to be honest. Yeah. Sharon, does Dave have an Uso background? I can't read it.
I do. It says Jey Uso is the wrong choice.
It's a truth.
Oh, I thought that was pro Jey Uso. Oh, wow. Okay.
No. Anyway, on a lighter note, Trick Williams has dropped his Mount Rushmore.
Oh, his dad's there.
What?
His dad's there, Booker T.
Yeah, fair play to him putting his dad in the Mount Rushmore, actually. It's good little...
Booker T's not his dad.
Never, baby.
I did mention on one of the watch-alongs the Booker T element of him, and I was told like no one can see it. They can't see Booker T in him at all, but there you go.
What?
You were told that by me.
Yeah. He's a blueprint.
You were told that by me. It was my big mouth. No, we don't see
no
Booker
way.
T in him.
There's no way he's Matt Morgan.
Matt Morgan.
I can't really argue with his Mount Rushmore though, just to put me 2 cents in where nobody wants it. I think it's a great Mount Rushmore. You really can't go wrong.
Can you see elements of all 4 of them in him?
The Rock for sure, and Razor Ramon. I can see elements of The Rock and Razor Ramon. Scott,
I can see 100%. The Rock and Booker T.
I don't know about Austin though, really.
Austin, no, 100% not. No. But Booker T, absolutely. The guy's modelled on him. But The Rock, yeah, there's a certain arrogance and sarcasm that he's got that The Rock has got.
Booker T said he wants to have one more match, and I wouldn't mind him against Trick Williams.
Well, it's a good narrative.
Also, as well, a wrestler's Mount Rushmore, they won't necessarily, have reflections of them and their personality as well. It's worth pointing that out. There's a lot of people that are full of personality. That, like I say, The Rock has maybe Bret Hart on his 2 opposite sides of the spectrums in terms of personality. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with that Mount Rushmore. Nothing wrong with it. No. Phenomenal.
Very good.
It's all subjective. That's the great thing about Mount Rushmore. People watch different times.
It's very rare.
Shawn
it's very
Michaels
rare
is
you
on
see
mine,
a wrong one.
You know,
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels is on mine. And you're right. The only thing I am pro about is Drew McIntyre's balls because I'm hanging out one and Niall's hanging out with the other. And together, we're hanging out with Drew McIntyre's balls.
And Drew was screaming.
Big balls.
I was hanging out
I
with his balls. He was screaming.
I
Anyway,
did see a headline 3 minutes before I logged on that he has accepted another movie role. So I look more
Yeah,
into
he
it.
has a couple of things in the pipeline. Apparently,
So is that him out
He
for SummerSlam then?
He's in high demand, shall we say?
Good.
Highlander
Okay,
2, 3, 4, and 5.
That's next year he's coming back.
Because he's seen the direction of SmackDown.
Highlander the series on Netflix coming soon.
Oh, that's what Noel said on the SmackDown show when he came on. He's like, he's probably seen a fucking state of SmackDown.
What about a fourth 12 rounds movie?
Lads, I'm not. Am I thinking something completely wrong here? Are we only a week away or so, or this is probably in July? Are we only a week away from another Unreal series?
It's
Or
in
a week and a
July.
half away. It's July, isn't it?
Middle
I
of
thought
July,
it was the end of June. Damn
We
it.
also have Dark Side of the Ring.
Yes.
Oh,
Unreal
yes.
series, Dark Side of the Ring. And guess what, folks?
We do.
Forbidden Door is coming up in less than 2 weeks' time
Door.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's called Door now,
Forbidden
isn't it?
Door.
Hard for him.
Yes. Forbidden
Sure.
Door. Guess what? There's only 5 matches announced so far. Only 5. Let's
give it until
pray.
next week,
Let's
2 hours
pray they keep that
It's
to at
more-
least
it's-
6.
It's more of a
Dave-
door than a Forbidden
Dave,
Door.
you're going to be taking us through them. Go ahead.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Kenny
This is a
Omega
little
against Zack Sabre Jr. This is personally a dream match of mine. These two are so similar. I honestly I can't wait for this match. Omega and Sabre Jr. And sorry, Bren, that is a New Japan crossover because Zack Sabre Jr. is New Japan.
Yeah.
They
That
have
is
a relationship there. It's not forbidden.
Next one, the Owen Hart final, the Owen Hart Cup, the Owen Hart tournament, the Owen Hart Trophy, whatever you want to call it. Swerve Strickland against Will Ospreay. I want Will Ospreay to tone it down a bit for this match to match Strickland's kind of powerhouse style. I want Will Ospreay to slow it down a bit for this match because I think I think they could tell a really good story here if they just get Will to slow it down a little bit. Because Swerve is just such a good talent. Telka against Starlight Kid. I think this will be all right. I don't think it's the ideal match that I wanted for Forbidden Door, but I'll take it. And then we have the 5-on-5 cage match, Team MJF against Team Mark Briscoe. Expect blood, guts, and maybe some intestines on the floor after the match is done. We'll see. But I like this storyline because they're not just focused on the two of them. They both have a team of people, kind of like a War Games style thing. But I don't know how this is gonna go. There is rumors, Mark Briscoe's team is gonna win it, blah blah blah. But I'm looking forward to see who MJF picks because we don't know other than Kevin Knight, and we don't know who Briscoe's picked either. So we have two Dynamites and 2 Collisions left to find out who the teammates are for MJF and Mark Briscoe.
Dave,
I think it's gonna be good.
Plenty of room to make another 14.
Dave, can I ask you a question? I heard Kenny Omega is suffering with health issues. Is that true?
Yeah, same health issues as I'm suffering, my friend.
Yeah, but I heard it's gotten worse.
You don't have diverticulitis as well, Dave, do you?
He does, yeah.
Oh yeah, I have diverticular disease. Yeah, I have the same thing as Kenny Omega.
He does, yeah, he has it. Yeah.
But the difference between me is when I went to the hospital, they didn't need to operate on me. Kenny Omega was a stupid hick and decided, I won't get a scene to. So he ended up getting fucking sepsis and ended up nearly dying, which is why he was out of AEW for so long. But
Same thing happened
so
with Lesnar, I think, right?
the problem with so the problem with diverticular disease or whatever Kenny Omega has, same as myself, over time, if you don't manage it, and in his lifestyle and his line of work, it's very, very difficult to manage it. It can and it will grind your colon and your bowel down, where to the point where he could end up with a stoma or a colostomy bag later in his life, because that's just the lifestyle of wrestling. As Jacob would say, all gas, no brakes. It's gonna do damage.
He's going to retire soon, isn't he?
Is that a gas joke about intestines?
I didn't even mean that, but yeah, go ahead. All gas, no brakes. I didn't even realize.
All gas, full stuff.
So, but he's at that age now where
Anto as well. aren't they as well?
Yeah, it's
no way.
Believe it or not, it's one of the most common conditions among the Western world, and I'd say it's something like 80% of people have it, but a lot of people don't know that they have it because it doesn't affect them. Like, it doesn't affect them to the point where myself and Kenny's situations were just ridiculous. But it's the Western diet that does it. This disease doesn't exist in China or Japan or Asia because they don't have the diet of Western people. Much to Keith's dismay, he's going to blame the Asians on it now.
Well, power to them.
But it doesn't exist over there. It's purely the Western diet that causes this disease. So
fabulous.
Dave, good on you. Good on
Hospital
you.
time with Dave.
As he takes in the latest delivery from DoorDash from Popeyes. The fuck out of here, will you?
Yeah, well, believe it or not, fried chicken is one of the rare things that I can now treasure in my life because it does not have an effect on me. I've learned I can't eat spicy food anymore.
I've seen it.
There's tons of things I can no longer eat, but fried chicken is the one saving grace. That's actually,
as long as you can still have butter on your roll, you're all right. That's all.
Oh yeah,
don't be a
there's a minimum 3
weird.
blocks of Kerrygold in my fridge at any one time. Cannot run out of Kerrygold. There's blocks of that in my fridge.
Deli.
And I love a Jerry's Deli, but that doesn't agree with me. So that's only on a rare occasion.
Do you know?
The Walking Dead outbreak's going to start in Edinburgh. Or something.
I can't believe it or not. I can't fry anything in vegetable or sunflower oil.
No way.
Sunflower oil not better for you though.
I have to use olive oil if I want to fry something, or I have to use butter. I can't use vegetable oil, sunflower oil.
But didn't they isn't the Catholic Church releasing something similar? Right, they're releasing this new brand of holy bread. It's made with ingredients that doesn't do anything to your insides.
Gluten free.
It's that's
right, because the body of Christ was low fat and gluten free. Like,
it's low fat.
Chop off a sliver of Jesus' stomach and you put it in there, and you notice it's gluten free.
It's low fat. They're trying to attract a bigger audience. What's worse is they've named it. It's called "I Can't Believe It's Not Jesus." Yes.
Hook, line, and sinker. You made us listen.
Dave, question for you on this card. We know that MJF is a little bit beat up as well.
Yep.
And they're trying to wrap him up in cotton wool to get him to Wembley.
Yep.
So does this match make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because it involves him plus 5 other people on his team, which means there's a lot of break time for him. If he takes a bump and goes, right, I need a break, there's 5 other lads there that can step in and go, right, we're going to distract the crowd for a little bit and give him a little bit of a break. He is in, what he's doing is, his regiment is basically spending most of his time now in this, don't know what company it's called. It's an ice bath, but it's for repairing muscles and repairing them faster and things like that.
That's not it, is it?
He's doing that like every day for however long to try and get himself recovered faster. So we'll see. I think it's a good choice of match because it's not just him versus Mark Briscoe. It's him and 5 others that can, carry him in that match. And
ultimately, the eyes would be on the 2 boys and what they're going to do. No,
they'll start it with them 2, and then they may finish it with them 2. But I think in the middle, it'll give them a lot of time a lot of breathing room, so MJF doesn't have to be fucking full pelt. Because
I'd hate to see him after this journey not being on the All-In card or something like that. And
he will be. He said it himself. He'll have to die before he doesn't go. Like he
might get his wish.
Well, maybe, but like the first 2 All-Ins in London, like just he said it himself. Like he loved walking out in Wembley and seeing the, tens of thousands of people and just like
all those CM Punk posters,
all them CM Punk fans, But yeah,
look,
Dave, do you think this is going to go to 12 matches? Do you think Tony Khan's learned?
Oh God, no! We're less than 2 weeks out, and we have 5 matches on the card. I could imagine maybe 2 more max to be added to this card.
Well, they typically do 8-match cards now, excluding the buy-in.
Usually, but I can't see this being, because the cage match is now a team match. I think they're going to give that a lot more time. I would say 6 or 7, which
match like that needs maybe an hour.
For the grace of God, if they give me 6 matches, we're back to last year, and the pay-per-views might be good again, or well, not that they won't be good, but they might be. Yeah, they might be actually manageable to take in and not be 90 mile an hour, 6 hours worth of a pay-per-view.
Consider a watch along.
Exactly.
Dave, do you think that because they did the cage match last year when they did Forbidden Door in London and they're doing it again this year, do you think this could be a staple of Forbidden Door going forward, the same way the Double or Nothing typically has an Anarchy in the Arena match and that kind of
Well,
thing?
here's the thing: the Anarchy in the Arena match, they had it all in the first time as well. So it's not like just for that. But I would say it'd be pretty cool to do Forbidden Door and just like have the cage match as a staple. That wouldn't be too bad an idea.
No.
I think that'd be pretty good.
A lot of people, a lot of feuds, so you're kind of killing two birds with one stone, I suppose.
Exactly. So yeah, I think it's a good idea.
It's a real shame they can't do the Owen Hart on the WE because it belongs in the WE to me. Not
Look, I can understand the tribute behind it. I can understand they want to honor Owen from a wrestling point of view. They can't do it in WWE. It doesn't belong in AEW. I get it, but at least they're keeping Owen's name,
true.
In the wrestling world, and it's still a tribute one way or another. I know, I agree with you, Keith. It shouldn't be anywhere near AEW, but unfortunately, because of the way Owen's family is at WWE, at least we get something to honor his name. It may not be what we want.
It's the only option. It's the only realistic option.
But it's something. It's
yeah, absolutely. France 0, Senegal 0 after 62 minutes. Santos Thomas.
Yeah. Well, normally the big teams don't normally go full pelt in the group matches anyway, do they? Look at Spain against Cape Verde. You know what I mean?
Or Brazil.
That second half was class. Me and Niall watched that second half. It was absolutely brilliant.
First half was a struggle.
Yeah, second half was tough.
Folks, just to let you know, we put it up today. We've a watch along next Monday from the O2 Arena in London. I know Anto and Sharon are going to be at it. Anto saying VAR cancelled the penalty call for France. Thank God.
I won't be available for that watch along because Shells are playing Bows in Tolka on that same night, unfortunately.
Well, that's
the Dublin Derby on that night,
Split screen.
We keep an eye on that as well. So make sure you're hitting the bell notification button and subscribing and all that kind of good stuff for that watch along. It's an extra bonus one that's gone in there. And finally, of course, we'd like to wish these two a happy anniversary. Congratulations to both.
Frankly, couldn't give a toss.
So that's all I have, bar history and birthdays. If you want me to take you through the history and birthdays, unless anyone has anything else to add.
I would just like to wish AJ and CM Punk a very happy anniversary. Two phenomenal wrestlers, represent two of the finest representatives from each division. Absolutely phenomenal, and I'm absolutely over the moon for them. What an amazing day. I hope they have the best day, and I can't wait to see them both back. Hugs and kisses.
Yeah. I know. Punk and AJ Lee are lovely. We wish them well.
100%. Unless you get them in an airport, unless you pass them in an airport or in a public space, then you might be fucked.
Isn't it mad? Isn't that mad how much the shows are missing CM Punk at the moment?
100%.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right, let's take some history then. 2009, Vince McMahon announces that he has sold Monday Night Raw to Donald Trump because McMahon hadn't made it clear it was storyline. WWE stock fell from $13.13 to $12.60 within a day of the announcement. I remember, I think it wiped like $2 billion off McMahon's worth or something like that, and would carry on falling for the rest of the week until the company made it clear Trump hadn't really bought the show.
Well, Sean, before you move on, Niall, nobody drained Vince McMahon's bank account more than Linda McMahon's political campaign. Let's not forget that now.
Yeah. God bless Linda. I mean, isn't it amazing?
She made a billionaire a millionaire in one political campaign.
The one thing that unites Trump and Vince and Linda that I can look back on fondly is each of them took sinful stunners. Linda, especially. In fairness, Trump just kind of rolled, but Linda, I don't even know what the fuck.
No, Vince is the worst.
The old one.
It was like Linda just collapsed into it, wasn't it? Yeah. But listen, having said that, fair play to her going out there and taking it, So there you go. 1985, two debuts were made at a WWF TV taping in Poughkeepsie, New York, both against Aldo Morano. The first one was former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Terry Funk, who made his mark by attacking the ring attendant before making Moreno submit. The other, of course, was wrestling royalty Randy Macho Man Savage during his match against Moreno. nearly every manager came from the back to watch Savage. Remember, this was like they were vying for his. They wanted to be the manager of all. They were doing the interviews and all. So interesting one. 2005, CM Punk defeated Austin Aries in the main event of Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor 3 in Morristown, New Jersey, to become the new Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. It was well known that Punk had already signed a contract with WWE. Correct. And in the weeks that followed, he said he was taking the ROH Championship with him. So began the summer of Punk. Jay Lethal, James Gibson, Roderick Strong, and Christopher Daniels all challenged unsuccessfully for the belt. And the same Punk would indeed leave the company with the title. However, at ROH Redemption that August, James Gibson pinned Punk in a fatal four-way elimination match to save the championship.
What happened to Austin Aries? Like, I know what happened, but what's he doing now?
He's in MLW now. He's part of the MLW roster now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. 1948, 6 promoters from around North America founded the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA. Paul Pinky George, along with Al Haft, Tony Stetcher, Harry Light, and Orville Brown, and Sam Muchnick, decided to consolidate the championships of their regional companies into one true World Championship of Professional Wrestling, whose holder would be recognized worldwide. The birth of the NWA.
Did you say Paul Pinky?
It was literally the
Paul Pinky.
Yeah, Paul Pinky George. It was literally the mafia of pro wrestling, to be honest.
Oh, I didn't hear the George bit. I just heard Paul Pinky. Like that was his God-given name.
Paul Pinky George. There you go.
Pinky
1994, family. WWF King of the Ring was held at the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, in front of around 12,000 fans. Of course, Owen Hart defeated Razor Ramon to win the King of the Ring tournament and proclaim himself the King of Hearts during his coronation ceremony, and there ties in with what we were just talking about.
Brilliant.
Pretty good. Notable birthdays.
Shawn Mack.
Mm-hmm. No,
it's not
Shawn Mack, obviously. Yeah, no. The Birdman, Coco Beware, 1957. Yes, Wahoo McDaniel, 1938.
Whoa.
Larry X. Henning, 1933. Bruiser Brody, 1946.
Yes.
Scott Norton, 1958. Just for you, Shawn Mack, The Sandman, 1963.
Yes.
No way.
The GoPro.
Chuck Palumbo, 1971. Hey. Bailey, of course, 1989. Wow. Jungle Boy, 1997. These are
Suck it, Brent. Suck it, Brent.
Yeah, he still looks like a prick.
Real cake.
And we end up with 1959. One of my all-time favorites, The Ultimate Warrior. They're your notable birthdays.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go. We went from Jungle Boy to Coco Beware to Bruiser Brody to The Ultimate Warrior to Sandman to Chuck Palumbo. There you go.
How old would
That's
the
American
Ultimate
Rampage
Warrior
be?
1959, so this year he'd be, 50 and 70?
He'd be nearly 70.
67.
67.
I love birthday cake. Oh,
that man never touched a birthday cake in his life. Look at that man's condition. Yeah. Never let a birthday cake across his lips. It's
probably never even seen one.
Well, from parts unknown, there is no birthdays. There you go.
Yeah, that's the Undertaker fucking.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, folks, that's it. Wrapped up in a ball. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you can, like on the way out, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button. Keep an eye out all the shorts and videos that are going out at the moment. We will be back tomorrow night. England versus Croatia. I think it's at 9:00, so we'll be on from about 8:45. Thursday, I'll be back with Darren. We'll be doing a review of the first week of the World Cup plus transfers. Friday, I don't know what I'm doing yet. Saturday, the boys will be checking back into the SmackDown Motel to see if our predictions were right. And you never know. Someone else off the panel might bomb the show this time. Let's see what I'm going to take a
and
break.
just to say before we knock off, guys, if you have Instagram, if you're regularly on Instagram, look up the upper tier, follow, watch the shorts, share them to your stories, everything in between. There's lots of content coming up for the Instagram page, so please do make sure you're following, and you may just have some exclusive stuff coming up as well, so you never know.
And also, I would say, if you have that Triller TV Plus or wherever it goes out, House of Glory this Friday looks like it's going to be absolutely stellar. Some really
such a great card.
Amazing card, so it's definitely worth checking it out as well, folks. This week in 1996, Great American Bash when Kevin Nash powerbombed Eric Bischoff through the table off the stage.
Oh, what a moment. Wow. What a moment. WCW forever.
Put that hand down.
Yeah, you're a brilliant fifth boy, eh? Friday, Bohemians versus Dundalk. Hey, so you must have some bottles of Bulmers left over there. You're hammering me on this Bohemians versus Dundalk game.
Shout out Dundalk.
Yeah.
Fuck Dundalk. Get out
No,
of
shout out
No, I'm
Dundalk.
joking.
Not going to
Dundalk
lie,
are
when
really
I seen Oil arrive, I knew there was a rant coming.
Sharon, we had no idea what was about to come. I just seen him pop up on the screen.
Aaron, I even told him I wasn't coming on. I told him I wouldn't be on.
Me and Keith were as surprised as everybody else was, and boy, Jesus, honestly, I've never seen anything like it. Anyway, we'll shut up.
There you go. Right, folks, until next time, talk to you again real soon. Cheers, lads.
Take it easy.
God bless.
See you.